Shalom, let's give all praises to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us His word. Uh, just got another article, just more threats out of North Korea this time. Just threatening, Babylon the Great, America, with war. These wars, rumors of wars. It's just more evidence that we're getting closer and closer to this time. This article's out of the Washington Examiner.com. It was dated July 28th, 2022. It's entitled Kim Jong Un warns U.S. and South Korea his nuclear deterrent is ready. North Korean leader Kim Jong Un warned the United States and South Korea that his country would be willing to use its nuclear arsenal against them. Kim's threat, which he issued during a speech on Thursday honoring Korean War veterans on the 69th anniversary of the ending of the fighting, comes as U.S. and South Korean intelligence agencies have warned that North Korea appears on the verge of conducting its first nuclear tests since 2017. Our armed forces are completely prepared to respond to any crisis, and our country's nuclear war deterrent is also ready to mobilize its absolute power with dutifully, exactly, and swiftly in accordance with its mission, Kim said in a Wednesday speech, according to the state-run Korean Central News Agency. He accused the U.S. of having double standards and gangster-like actions over its joint military drills in South Korea. South Korean President Yoon Suk Yeol took office this May, has taken a harsher rhetoric toward North Korea than the previous president, and expressed plans to bolster South Korea's defense capabilities. Talking about military action against our nation, which possesses absolute power weapons that they fear the most, is preposterous and is very dangerous suicidal action, Kim said of South Korea. Such a dangerous attempt will be immediately punished by our powerful strength, and the Yoon Suk Yeol government and his military will be annihilated. In early June, the U.S. and South Korea fired 8 ballistic missiles into the sea in a show of force a day after North Korea launched the same number of short-range missiles. So yeah, just more and more threats. It's on the other side of the world, so America's getting hated from the west, all the way to the east, from Iran to North Korea. Accuse them of having double standards and gangster-like action. Scriptures talk about, they shall hate the whore. These other nations hate America, man. That's just the angels working on the minds of these leaders to get this World War III going, man. As soon as the elect is sealed up, that's when all the destruction is going to come. The first scripture is Ezekiel 33:1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman. Yeah, actually, that's their jobs, to be watchmen and watch the news. What's going on around the world. Watch out for these prophecies. There's more floodings and natural disasters going on. I believe there was an earthquake over there in the Philippines not too long ago. There's flooding going on in the U.S., down there in Kentucky. So, you gotta watch out for these things. And ultimately, the time of Jacob's trouble, and that chip, the Karagma. If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, blow the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come and take him away. His blood shall be upon his own head. He that hear, he that heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning, his blood shall be upon him. But he that taketh warning shall deliver his soul. So yeah, that's why we're out there on the streets while we do these videos, to blow that trumpet and give warning, so the blood is off our hands. But if the watchmen see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at the watchman's hand. So thou, O son of man, I have set thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore thou shalt hear the word at my mouth, and warn them from me. So it's a very important job, man, to give the people warning, because we don't want the blood to be on our hands. So we tell you about these different threats, these different war games, and these different military buildups that's going around Europe, the Middle East, over in the East, because Esau has military over here as well. Taiwan, South Korea. Next scripture is Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired. It's talking about Israel, because that's the part of the curse that came upon us. What could be desired could be hated among these nations. Laughing stock. A byword. We're outcast out here right now. Before the decree bringeth forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you, seek ye the Lord, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness, that it may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Lord's anger. So that's what it's all about. We want to wipe the blood off our hands, and we want to be hid as well. We want to make it. So we're telling you, seek the Lord while he may be found. Seek him. Seek righteousness, seek meekness, so that you can be hid as well. In that day of the Lord, man. The last scripture is Colossians 2:6. As ye have therefore received Yahushua the Lord, so ye walk in him, rooted and built up in him, established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. Yeah, so it's very important to build up your faith, man, because it's going to take a whole lot of faith in these end times, man. You got to be rooted, built up, and settled in this thing, established. It takes time, but it's very important. Get it while you can. Seek ye the Lord while ye may be found. It's going to come a time when the Lord's going to bring a famine of the word, and you're not going to have the knowledge out here. You're not going to have these breakdowns. You're not going to have the name ultimately. Yahweh, and the son's name is Yahushua. So you got to be rooted, built up in this faith, man. Because when this all goes down, it's going to be too late. The Lord's going to use his men to laugh at your calamity. When your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, the Lord's going to laugh at you. Because he was calling, but nobody was answering. They said it not all his counsel. Man. But yeah, I just wanted to bring out this article. So over there in North Korea, they're making threats, talking big stuff. So with that, shalom.